The Gemara say 3 crowns were given to the Jewish nation. 3 crowns. Crown of kingdom. If your father is a king, automatically you're king. King David, his son Shlomo, Solomon, became the king. There were many other people. First priority is the son of the king, the prince. Then you have kingdom, you have a crown of Keuna. Kohanim. Your father is a Kohen, you are a Kohen. And then we have a 3rd crown. Crown of Torah. Crown of kingdom, crown of Keuna, not everybody can grab. If I want to be a Kohen, I can be a Kohen? No. If I want to be a king, I can be a king? If my father was, yes. If not, it won't help me. But I can be a Talmid Chacham, even if my father wasn't. Everybody can be a Talmid Chacham. Even a Mamzer can be a Talmid Chacham. There's no limitation. Even a Goy. A Goy wants to be a Talmid Chacham. First, he will convert, sit and learn, and become a Talmid Chacham. I have one convert that became a rabbi. Sat and learn. In his past life, he used to be a pilot in the airlines. Intelligent guy. It's very interesting. You know, in Mexico, you don't have conversions. The Syrian community, the Halabim, are very dominant. Places that they are dominant, there's no conversions. They don't believe in conversions, the Syrian community, because almost 100 years ago, one of their Batei Dinim, of their big rabbis, from a few generations ago, made a ban against conversions. Why they made a ban? It could be that there were too many fake converts and they caused big destructions in a community. And they saw that many of these girls come not really because they want to be Jewish. They just want to marry a nice, handsome, rich Syrian boy. And it leads to a lot of problems. And for whatever reason, they probably had other reasons, they decided to make a ban. Even though it's permitted in the Torah, they made a ban. It's not the first time it happens. The Torah said that a man can marry more than one woman. But Rabbeinu Gershom in Ashkenaz, 1,010 years ago, he made a ban that all European Jews who were under his supervision in Europe, they're not allowed to marry more than one wife, even though the Torah allowed it. And there are many examples like this. The Torah allowed certain things, and the Chachamim came, and they made a ban on it. Actually, Hashem told the Chachamim to be always with the eyes open, and they see that something is going wrong in the communities, to make fence around my fence. Ve'asu mishmeret le'mishmarti. I have a mishmeret, I put a fence around certain things in life, the Torah. But if you see that my fence is not enough, make another fence. I'll give you an example. 3,000 years ago, King David was alive. In his generation, he had also a Beit Din, all the rabbis, the Chachamim. So for 300 years, since we got the Torah, until King David was in power, it was 300 years. Since we came out of Egypt, 300 years later was King David, David HaMelech. For those 300 years, the Jewish nation were very modest. Boys and girls did not mingle together, did not speak, unless they went on a date and they got married. Everything was clean. Nobody had to worry. People were very, very modest. Then, after 300 years, he started to see that more and more people are not as strict in modesty as it used to be. Meaning, they begin to talk, they begin to go to the same places where the ladies are, even if they don't have a bad intention, but they started to see that it's going to a very bad direction. So what did they do? They sat down and they made a decree. What's the decree? Isur yichud. You're not allowed to isolate yourself with another woman that is not your wife in a closed place, that there are no windows and the door is locked, in some dark place, or in a car, middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere. You're not allowed. So there are rules. You want to give someone a ride, she sits in the back, you leave the lights on, you have to drive in main avenues, that there's a lot of people and cars. And if there's none, you can give a ride. And if you come to someone's house and he's not home, you're not going inside and sit with his wife for an hour and drink tea and chat with her until the husband will come from work. That's against the laws of modesty. When will he come back? I don't know. Okay, can you please call me when he come back that I should come back? No, come in. I'll make you something to eat in the meantime. Absolutely not. You're not allowed to go in. When your husband will come, Bezrat Hashem, I'll come and I'll be happy to eat. But only when he's here. So there are rules. Same thing at work. Your boss is calling you into his office, and when the door is closed, nobody can open from outside. You're not allowed to close the door. You have to leave it open. If the door doesn't get locked and everyone can go in, then it's fine. There are rules. Bottom line, you have rules, Isur Yichud. From the Torah did not restrict a man and a woman from being in an isolated place. The Torah just said they cannot touch each other unless they get married. But because people already started to be more weak than what they were before, weaker, then came King David and said, from now on, as soon as you lock yourself in a room with another woman that is not your wife, it's already a sin. We're looking at you in a community as a sinner, as a criminal. How long this restriction lasts? Until today, 3,000 years. So the Syrians, they made a ban. So in Mexico, they have a very strong Syrian community. There's no conversions there. If I'm not mistaken, not even by the Ashkenazim over there. Maybe they give respect. They have a lot of Jews that do not hold by that. Therefore, when you have a Mexican goy that wants to convert, he has to come to America to convert.